David Beckham. For some, he was a global superstar. For others, he was one of the most technically gifted passers the game has ever seen. And for the new generation, well, he's just another iconic player in games. But strip away the fame, the celebrity, the fashion, and what's left? How good was David Beckham, really? To answer that, we have to go back to where it all began, in Leytonstone, East London in 1975. Beckham's football journey didn't start under the bright lights of Old Trafford or in the glare of paparazzi cameras. It began in the back garden with a ball at his feet, a father obsessed with Manchester United, and a boy who wanted nothing more than to play for his club. That dream took shape when Beckham joined the Manchester United youth system in 1991 as part of the now legendary Class of '92, a golden generation that included Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes, Gary Neville, Nicky Butt, and Phil Neville. Beckham's rise through the youth ranks wasn't about raw pace or flashy tricks. In fact, he wasn't the quickest player on the pitch, nor was he the most agile. What set him apart was an almost obsessive dedication to his craft. He would stay after training for hours, practicing free kicks and long passes until they became second nature. Former teammates recall how he'd place cones in the top corners of the goal and refuse to leave until he could hit them again and again. This precision became the foundation of his game, the ability to deliver a ball exactly where he wanted, time after time, no matter the pressure. He made his senior debut for Manchester United in 1992, but it was the 1995-96 season when Beckham truly announced himself. Wearing the number 10 shirt, he scored one of the most iconic goals in Premier League history, a stunning strike from the halfway line against Wimbledon. It wasn't just the audacity of the attempt, but the technique. Beckham didn't blast the ball. He passed it into the net with perfect control and backspin, as if the laws of physics bent to his will. That goal told the world that this was a player who saw the game differently. Beckham's role at Manchester United was clear. He was the architect on the right flank. While others relied on dribbling to beat defenders, Beckham used space, vision, and timing. He could whip in a cross from deep without even needing to reach the byline, and those crosses were not hopeful balls into the box. They were passes with purpose, curving away from defenders and curling perfectly onto the heads or feet of strikers. In an era before advanced analytics, Beckham's assist numbers were already telling the story. He was a constant source of goals for United, a supply line that was as dangerous from 40 yards away as it was from 10. The peak of Beckham's Manchester United career came in the 1998-99 season, the historic treble. United won the Premier League, FA Cup, and Champions League in one unforgettable campaign, and Beckham was at the heart of it all. In the Champions League final against Bayern Munich, with United trailing 1-0 deep into stoppage time, it was Beckham's two pinpoint corners that led to Sheringham's equalizer and Solskjaer's winner. Under the most intense pressure with the clock running out, Beckham delivered two perfect balls. That ability to perform in the decisive moments became part of his legacy. But Beckham's career was never just about the highs. There were defining lows, too. At the 1998 World Cup, he was sent off against Argentina for a petulant kick at Diego Simeone. England went on to lose on penalties, and Beckham became a national scapegoat. For months, he faced abuse from fans and the press. Effigies were hung, insults rained down from the stands, and he was booed in every stadium he stepped into. For a lesser character, it could have been the end. But Beckham responded not with words, but with performances. By the time the 2002 World Cup came around, he had rebuilt his reputation. As England captain, he led by example, and his redemption arc was sealed in a qualifying match against Greece in 2001. With England needing a draw to qualify for the tournament, they trailed 2-1 in stoppage time. Then, from 30 yards out, Beckham curled in a free kick so perfect it felt like slow motion. That single strike didn't just send England to the World Cup, it rewrote his public image. The man who had once been vilified was now a national hero again. In 2003, Beckham's time at Manchester United came to an end after a well-publicized fallout with Sir Alex Ferguson. His next chapter took him to Spain, joining Real Madrid's Galacticos alongside Zidane, Ronaldo, Figo, and Roberto Carlos. Many thought he would be overshadowed, but Beckham adapted to the Spanish game and proved his worth. In the 2006-07 season, after being told he would be leaving the club, He fought his way back into the starting lineup and played a crucial role in Real Madrid's La Liga title win. Even in a team filled with superstars, Beckham's work rate, delivery, and leadership stood out. Then came the move that shocked the footballing world. In 2007, Beckham signed for LA Galaxy in Major League Soccer. Critics claimed it was the end of his competitive career, a retirement in all but name. But Beckham saw it differently. He viewed it as a chance to grow the sport in the United States, and while injuries hampered his early seasons, he still delivered big moments. He won 2 MLS Cups and, in the process, became the face of football in America. What many forget is that during his Galaxy years, Beckham went on 2 loan spells to AC Milan to maintain his place in the England squad. At Milan, he proved he could still play at the highest level in Europe, fitting seamlessly into a midfield with Andrea Pirlo, Clarence Seedorf, and Ronaldinho. His technical ability, vision, and passing range were timeless. They didn't rely on speed or physicality, so even in his mid-30s, Beckham remained effective. In 2013, Beckham made one final move, to Paris Saint-Germain. He didn't go there to be the star, but to contribute to a team chasing titles. PSG won the league that season, and Beckham retired at the top, leaving the pitch in tears to a standing ovation. So how good was David Beckham, really? He wasn't the fastest winger, he wasn't the most skillful dribbler, and he didn't score as many goals as some of his contemporaries. But what he had was rare: a world-class right foot, unmatched precision on crosses and set pieces, and the mentality to deliver when it mattered most. His technique was a weapon, his passing range was elite, and his work ethic was relentless. Beyond the numbers and the trophies, Beckham's greatness also lies in his consistency. For over a decade, at the highest level of football, he maintained the same technical standard. Teammates trusted him, managers relied on him, and opponents feared the damage he could do with a dead ball. In many ways, he was a specialist, and in football, having a player who can change a game with a single delivery is invaluable. And yes, the fame, the fashion, and the celebrity brand are part of his story. But they often make people forget that Beckham was a footballer first, and a brilliant one. For the older generation, his free kicks and crosses are etched into memory. For the younger generation, he may just be an icon card in a game. But if you strip away everything else, you're left with a player whose talent earned him a place alongside the greats. And maybe, just maybe, his right foot was as dangerous as any in football history.